On TV news reports and newspapers, we bump into various murder cases, but a recent one by a 36-year-old woman, Koh Yu-jeong, made many people speechless. She was arrested for allegedly killing her ex-husband after adding a sleep-inducing drug into his meal. What was so horrific about the crime was how she disposed of the body. She is suspected to have dismembered the body and threw them into the ocean or garbage dumps. The police are still looking for the remains, but Koh remains silent on the exact location. What makes the public also suspicious is the story about the son of Koh's current husband from a previous marriage. The son, who was 5 at the time, was said to have died from unintentional suffocation by his father, who was sleeping next to him. The case has a lot of holes in it, and it is suspected that Koh might have had something to do with the boy's death. Experts say that she's suffering from mental problems, most likely borderline personality disorder. Hearing about reports that seem right out of a horror film, we get to ask some questions. How cruel can humans get? Should the gruesome murder cases be attributed only to the mental problems of the perpetrators, or is it because of the cruelty hidden somewhere in the human mind? Whatever the answer could be, what's clear is the murderer should be brought to justice. Koh allegedly killed her husband by slipping in sleeping pills into his food to incapacitate him, then kill him. So here we said, Koh is suspected, Koh is allegedly killed. So we use the word alleged or allegedly when the person has been arrested for the crime and is about to go to trial but is not guilty. So if you're allegedly did something, you've been accused but you're not guilty. And this is very important for legal reasons. Because if you said that someone did kill someone and they didn't, you could be sued for libel or slander. You're saying an incorrect fact. So whenever we're talking about a crime that hasn't been sent to court and they've been found guilty, you must use allegedly. And then she killed her husband by slipping in sleeping pills into his food. So when you slip and fall on the street, that's one thing. But if you slip in something or slip something into something, that means you're kind of, in a way, sneaking and putting something into somewhere where you don't want someone to see it. So what she did when he wasn't looking might have been she put the sleeping pills in his food. Or, if you are writing a report and you want something in there that you would like to get done, you would slip it in, but you hope no one would see it. And then I said they put the pills in his food to incapacitate him. So if someone's incapacitated, that means they're not really functional. They're not awake. They're asleep. If someone's really drunk and passed out, they're incapacitated. Or if a soldier was in a war and got shot in the leg, he's incapacitated. It means he cannot move. So in order to incapacitate him or make him unconscious, they use the sleeping pill. Koh is being charged with the murder after spiking his food with Ambien. So we said spiking his food. So to spike somebody's food means you've taken an alcohol or a drug and you've put it into a food or another liquid. So there's kind of a joke, at United States, there's many dances, and usually at a dance, there's a big bowl of juice. And then you might see old movies where people have taken alcohol and put it into the big juice bin to make people drunk. So we call it spiking the punch or spiking the juice. But in this case, if someone put a drug into your drink, that is spiking your drink. And then I said spiked his food with Ambien. Ambien is the name brand of Zolpidem. So Ambien is it's made by Sanofi, the pharmaceutical company. So in English, Ambien was the first company to make the drug. And so they run commercials and ads. So everybody knows Zolpidem as Ambien. We don't say Zolpidem. Zolpidem is what the drug's name is. But in English, we just say, hey, I need to take an Ambien. Koh may have also dismembered the body and scattered the body parts in the ocean and the garbage. So we said Koh may have also dismembered the body. To dismember the body means to chop it up. So to cut like the arms off, the legs off into smaller pieces. And scatter the body parts. So if you scatter something like a piece of paper, let's say you cut it up in 5 pieces and throw it on the table, you've scattered the paper. But what she did was she possibly could have taken the body parts and threw one in one part of the ocean, went to the other beach and throw another. That means you scatter something. You take something that's concentrated and you spread it out over a big area. Koh allegedly hacked up the body into smaller pieces and disposed of them in the sea and dumpsters. So Koh allegedly hacked up the body. To hack up something is another way to say cut up. And then she disposed of them in the sea and dumpsters. So dumpsters are kind of like large trash cans that you would throw garbage in. So if there's an apartment complex and you don't put it out in the street, you would throw it in kind of a larger trash bin, and then a truck would come and throw that out. News stories about murder are common, but the details of this incident surpass the imagination. So if something surpasses the imagination, that means even if you have this imagination, it goes beyond your imagination. It means your mind can't think about it. The murder is so gruesome, you cannot write this stuff. So you cannot write this stuff is an expression we use. It means that if a story is just so crazy or so out there that not even the most talented person or novelist or screenwriter could come up with the story. So a lot of times real life can be so shocking that no one could ever imagine it. So when we see something like that, we say you cannot write this stuff. There are a lot of signs pointing to the planning of a murder. However, she said it was self-defense to protect herself from sexual assault. She said it was self-defense. So in a court of law, if you get charged with a crime, if you kill someone and claim self-defense, you won't be charged with murder, and most likely you will get out of jail or not be found guilty. Because if you're being attacked or your life is threatened, you can defend yourself. So we call that in self-defense. So if she killed him in self-defense, then most likely she will not go to jail. But it's a claim that people make when they say they're being charged with murder or assault. The defendant in the case insists she acted in self-defense and did not commit first-degree murder. So in English, first-degree murder means a murder that you planned, a murder that you thought about. You're going to go to someone's house and you're going to kill that person. So it's kind of a planned murder. That's first degree. It's the most serious. Second-degree murder would be if you just killed someone and you did not plan on killing them that day. So, for example, you go to your favorite coffee shop, you order Americano, they give you cappuccino, you get angry and kill the barista. That's second-degree murder. So we have first-degree, second-degree, and that's it. Then there's voluntary manslaughter or involuntary manslaughter. So, for example, voluntary manslaughter is let's say if you're in a bar, you get into a fight, you punch someone in the face, you didn't mean to kill them, but then they fell and hit their head and died. That's voluntary manslaughter. And then involuntary manslaughter is kind of maybe you were constructing something on your house, a building, like an air conditioner. You put an air conditioner in your window, it fell out and killed somebody. You didn't mean to, but you were negligent and you weren't careful. That's involuntary manslaughter. Thanks, guys, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at MATTSSAM, and thanks for downloading the Konglish book. Bye-bye.